Hey all, it's Denise and I'm here in my studio trying to get this video edited so that I can share with you the final touches on the pieces that I've been working on in the last couple of videos, and I think I finally got them where I want them, but I wanted to share my final steps with you, and I kind of set them aside, and I'm going to, I like to do that, just give them a little bit of time to ruminate, a little bit of time for me to step back and get away from them, and then I'll come back and see if I need to add anything else. I actually did take them last night to a critique group, and they gave me a couple really good suggestions that I may do to them. But for now, they're getting ready to go up on the gallery wall, so that's good. And so I'm editing down this video to get out to you for tomorrow morning, and then I'm racing off to the studio and get ready to teach a jelly plate class. It's a busy weekend, so I just wanted to pop in and say good morning, hello. This is a little bit longer video than I'm used to. I usually try to keep them around 15 minutes, 25 minutes, but this one goes a little long, but it shows the final process of what I did to finish off these two paintings, and I think that's good. So thanks for being here. Any supplies, anything that I use, any extra information, I will put below in the description, so be sure to check that out. I'll add links to the videos, to the two that I did to get to this point, and hopefully that all makes sense and you're ready to dive in and take a look. Grab a cup of coffee. It's a little long, but it's very relaxing. So thanks for being here. I love that you're here. I love sharing what I do with you, and thank you. So on we go. Okay, so before I get back to these two, I think I want to add a couple more gouges in. So just on these table lines, nothing really strong, just a little bit to kind of go along with the rest of the piece. Okay, now that didn't take much. And then what I want to do is I'm just going to take some black. I think I'm going to take some black. I'm just going to rub it into those gouges. I want to get it worked in all the way. And I did those gouges intentionally, a little sloppy. Don't ever be afraid to use your fingers. And then I'm going to just take a shop towel. Okay, that's on that one. Do I want to add some more definition on bringing a couple of these back? Actually, I think this one looks okay. Now, I still have painting to do on these. So there's the first one. Here's the second one. I'm really getting to like this one. I went in with black and rubbed all over the vase to kind of make it more uniform, but yet stand out. I didn't really gouge into this one yet. I'm thinking maybe I'll do, I don't know if I want to make my lines come across or if I just want to continue on with the lines from the piece. It's kind of tricky. Okay, now let me do the same thing with that one. Again, making sure I got it rubbed in there. Okay, I think I got them all. Again, oh here, I got a nice little sponge in here. And already soaking in my water. And I want to rub across because I want to make sure that I get, you know, I don't clear all of the black out of those marks that I just made. Now I can go back in with my color and paint within those marks, within those lines, which is what I think I'm going to do. A couple of them didn't quite take. I actually switched up my color here a little bit, and I'm using Payne's Gray as my dark. Take a dry shop towel and rub over that. Okay. All right, now I think I'm ready to continue on. I want to work on my flowers, but then I'll come back to this. But first, let me get my colors all laid out. Okay, let me start with getting some color mixed here. Get back to where I was. I like the cream mixed into my paint because it really dulls it down. And I like that. It's a bit too colorful. I think I was using Van Dyke Brown or Raw Umber. Yeah, that dirties it up a little bit. I actually kind of like that. putting it on and rubbing it off. Putting it on really light because I don't like this being as strong as that, as what's going on behind the flowers. And then I'm just going to give it a little rub. Now, this is a learning lesson right here. Look how strong this is compared to all of that. I want to bring that way down. Maybe even going over some of the black marks because I don't really need to have those so strong. But I like having them there. Maybe on this side, even making this a little bit darker, kind of indicating maybe a shadow is there. And as you can see, I'm being really loose with this. Maybe make this a little bit lighter on this side because that's how the light would go, with more shadow over here. Now, let me just scumble that around. Maybe pull some of it out. It's a lot of going back and forth. Okay. I want some of that to disappear, but I want some of it to stay. Okay, that's enough fussing for now. I say as I put one more stroke down. Or maybe as I look at this, I do want lighter chunks going over here because I kind of like the way that looks. Anyway, I'm going to come back and look at this later. I'm kind of spending too much time on it. All right, we'll come back to that. Let me get the other one going. And I think I'm going to leave this just like this. I'm not going to do anything else. And I think I'm going to go back on the one I just pulled off the table and change it because I like the strength that's going on here. So now I just need to address my flowers, which is taking a whole different palette. I've got some Pyrrole Red Light. And let me do some Indian Hue. That might get to be an orange that I like. crimson here. I'm going to mix a little green with that yellow to kind of dull it down a little bit. And I know by adding that green to the yellow, harmonizes it with the painting because it's got all those colors in it. And I'm just going back and forth until I get to a color that I like. Not sure I like the yellow. Although I have yellow in this piece, it's much more muted, and I kind of like that. I like that one better. Has a little bit more white in it. And I want to take a little of that. Just repeat that color. Here and there. Got a little of it in here. Take a little bit of this red. I only want a little bit of color on these outer flowers because I don't want to take the focus away from what's happening inside. Okay, so now all my color's up there, but I've got nothing down here. So what to do about that? I have one little chunk of paper that's right. Let me move this up a little bit. little chunk of paper that's right here, I could make that a color. Let's see if I want to make it that orangey color, and maybe, let's see if we like that. That stands out a little bit more. But I feel, and I've got one here. Let's see if I can. That just brings that color down. I've got a little chunk of paper that's right there that it kind of works with. And then I think I want to just give an indication of a center. Not necessarily a perfect little circle, just a swatch of color. And I'm not even sure I want it to be that dark. I want to get some of this red added in with it. There we go. Because I don't want just big black dots popping out here. And this isn't actually black, I believe. Or maybe it is. There. Now we could also bring that color down here. And bring these little guys, these little, the stencil that I did into the painting. Let's see. Trying to get just enough paint to add just a suggestion of color. I kind of like that. But with that, I don't think I need this. So I'm going to make that go away, or leave it just like that, where it's a hint of the color. Because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with these things down here now that I put them on. I didn't want to paint around them because I liked the dark and the dark balancing. I think I am calling this done for now. I'm taking this to a critique in the studio tomorrow night. So hopefully it's done. I think it might be done. Okay, let's get this one back up on the table. I think this is okay. Let me scrub through some of this, see what kind of effects I can get. I think what I'm going to do on this one, crazy as it might seem, let me get a little scrubber brush. First of all, I had a lot more brown going on here. And I might just want to take that right down. want those colors to show up. And I think I like the irregularities that are showing up down here. Although I'm not sure. Going back in, I don't want this to become so important. So maybe what I want to do is mix a nice little neutral. I think it might have too much brown in it. And I'm just going over it with a light gray. Got a little red in there. And I'm just kind of lightly going over what I have happening here because I like the texture that's showing up. So it's an ever so light touch that I'm using just to kind of brush over and catch the texture without covering everything up. Because if I go too heavy-handed, I'm going to lose all this cool texture. And I like this color. I can even make it, because I like the green that's coming up from underneath. And this gray kind of blends in a little bit better and sets it apart from the brown, the warm tones that are happening in the vase. Now, here I go again, fooling around. Do I want to take that black line and I like that. Maybe just being a little bit more deliberate with my lines. I did like this. Whoops. I did like this shape that was in here. So maybe a couple of the darker lines. I don't think I need that one. I'm going to let that one kind of go away. So now I've got this one up on my table. Trying to get back to this color. That's pretty close. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty close. I love the way I like to go back and forth, even colors that are really close to each other, and create a little bit of a difference. Now what I want, I loved how this was looking. So I'm just going back to kind of add another coat of that. Kind of reshape a couple of these flowers, I think. Or maybe not. They don't have to be shaped like a flower. But I love the way that this is working. So let me see. If I can get back to this color. Let me see, is that? It's a little bit greener. Let's see, where do I want to go? I'm liking this much better. Okay, I think I'm ready to add a little bit of color. I want my color different in this one. I actually have to be honest with you, I'm not wild about the orange and yellow in the other one, in the other piece. Let's see what this turns out to be. Yeah, I like this. This is more what I was really hoping for. Let me just put this one back up on the table for a minute. I love the orange. I wasn't happy with the yellow. Let's see. Oh yeah, I like that much better. That kind of peachy color. A little bit of the yellow can live there. But I'm not that wild about it. Like this much better. A little hit of that here and there. It just kind of calms that bright yellow down so it doesn't look so much like mustard and ketchup. If you know what I'm saying. Now, how do I treat the rest of this? I don't really like this. Maybe I just need to make that go away completely. Let's see if I can do that. Try and make this stronger. I'll let that just be. And then, therefore, I'm not wild about these down here either. I think they might be a little too strong down there. Let's, again, pull out my handy sponge. And maybe just that little bit is enough to call attention. I gotta say, I'm liking this much better. Now, every little petal has to have color on it. I don't want these flowers, outlying flowers, to be as strong as this. Okay, now I think I'm done with this one and I can go back to the next one. Here we are. Where am I going with this? Do like as red and purple. Let's see. Again, I don't want the colors to hit you in the face. Let's see. That might be a little too red. Just mixing different colors on my palette here. Let's see this one. Yeah, that's much better. You know what I think I could do? I want to take this. Maybe I want to make another petal in there because I really like the way that those little lines are working. Yeah, that's kind of fun. That's the focal of this piece. So now let me go back to my reds. A little bit over here. This is just bringing out a little of the detail in the flowers. I'm sticking with the red right now. Now, what other color do I want to use? Okay, now, I could do purple. It's never one of my favorites. But let's see what we got here that we can mix a good purple up with. Okay, these guys aren't standing out as strong as the last one, the other piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and lighten some of this light background. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's lighter. And see if that's going to do the trick for me.